Evening. I'd like to call the Kalamazoo Public School Board meeting of September 25th to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I need a motion to accept the agenda.
I'd like to make a motion to amend the agenda to include the CIS report, and I would like it to come after correspondence, please.
Can I have a second for that? Any discussion? Okay, we'll do a roll call vote, and this is on the amendment to the agenda. Trustee Johnson. Yes. Trustee Schaller-Barber.
Yes.
Trustee Payton. Yes. Trustee Hill.
Yes.
And I vote yes. Now we will vote on the agenda with the amendment.
So move.
Second? All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? The agenda is accepted. Trustee Hill, would you do attendance, please?
All trustees are present with the exception of President Harrison and Treasurer Murphy. And Dr. Slade is also present.
Thank you. And would you do correspondence?
I'm sorry. Yes, it's time for correspondence. So correspondence can come one of many ways. We accept through the U.S. mail. We have emails. People drop off letters. And I would like to report out on those. Before I do, there's a correspondence protocol that I think is important to read every now and again into our minutes. So qualifying correspondence needs to be addressed to the board as a whole using the board email, or could be sent to all 7 board members. If an email is sent to another department, for example, the communications department, it makes things complicated. Sometimes it doesn't get to us. So please try not to do that. If an email is sent to one board trustee, but it is copied to other board members, it is the receiving trustee's responsibility to reply, or they may choose not to reply. Any correspondence from a group or individual will receive an acknowledgement from the board secretary. Most responses begin with "Thank you for your email." Depending on the nature of the email, the board secretary may answer the email's question or seek direction from the superintendent or senior administration to appropriately answer the email. Communications are acknowledged with a minimal summary at the board meeting. Emails are not read into the minutes, but they are kept as record. All correspondence received before midnight on Tuesday prior to the board meeting will appear in the log for that meeting. Any correspondence after Tuesday at midnight will be on the next board correspondence log, or the next board meetings. A person or group may submit multiple letters to the board. If the letters are on the same subject, the name will only appear once on the log. Different subjects will get their own acknowledgement. The Michigan Open Meeting Act states that all board business be done in public session. Board trustees as a whole cannot engage in dialogue through the emails. The Board of Education does not respond to anonymous correspondence, correspondence that does not pertain to Kalamazoo Public Schools, for example, advertisements, correspondence containing unsubstantiated claims or can be construed as slanderous or threatening to any person, student, employee, contracted worker, including the threatening of a building, a bus, playgrounds, or sports fields. Those emails will be turned over to the proper authorities. Okay, so moving on. On 9/25, we received an email from Ms. Carmela Todd about Power School concerns, and I replied to her. On 9/25, we received an email from Lisa Brenner with enrollment concerns, and Dr. Slade answered her, and I answered her. On 9/20, Jamie Dalt was seeking assistance to connect with the KEA board, and I answered that email. On 9/22, John McNeil sent an email sharing information about the Kalamazoo County, and I replied to that email. And on 9/20 through 9/23, we received several emails about a JV football incident, and Dr. Slade replied to them. They were from Charlene Timmons, Deborah and Wes Brookins, Williams, W.K. Smith, D. Long, Brenda Hopper, David Trindle, Jasmine Collins, Shane Williams, and Leon Stakuchki. And that was it for correspondence. Thank you.
Thank you. And so next we move on to committee reports. And Trustee Schaller Barber has one for CIS.
On September 18th, I attended a CIS board workshop, and it was amazing. I'm not going to belabor everyone. I'm passing out a copy of the slide presentation and some of the comments that were made, and it was extremely informative. CIS is such a vital partner to what we do, and in these times, funding and those kinds of things are uppermost in their mind. But the workshop was mostly about the board's role in supporting and understanding the work that CIS does. I would like to encourage the board to attend a site visit. And there's one tomorrow, but it's too late. There's another one in October. In order to understand exactly and how deep the CIS goes into helping us out and how thorough the roles that they play, I would really encourage us to go. But please read this report or this packet, and if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. But my incredible respect and admiration goes out for all the CIS workers, for the site coordinators, for everybody who is doing so much to partner with us to have our students have safe schools and achieve. Thank you.
Thank you. And committees do resume in October, so we'll have lots of committee reports then. And now we're moving on to the consent calendar items. I need a motion to approve the consent calendar.
So move.
And a second.
Second.
Moved by Trustee Schaller Barber, seconded by Trustee Hill. Is there any discussion? Ms. Kaiser, do you want to explain the purchase recommendations?
Sure. Thank you, Vice President McGlynn. Yes, we have two purchase recommendations this evening. We have request number 2026-9 in the amount of $76,344.89. And this is to purchase 32 cafeteria tables, and this will be funded out of the 2022 bond. This will provide tables at Arcadia, Lincoln, Parkwood, and Millwood Magnet. Next, we have purchase recommendation 2026-10 in the amount of $326,150. And this is to replace the boiler at West Main Professional Development Center. And this will also be funded from the 2022 bond. Thank you.
Trustee Schaller Barber.
I would just like to thank you very much for explaining these. A quick shout out to all the people who worked on the 22 bond, who voted for the 22 bond. If we didn't have that bond money, the money would have to come out of the general budget, which would definitely put an impact on what we can do for our children. So heartfelt thanks for everybody who worked on it, supported it, and I'm glad we were able to use it. Thank you.
Okay, and next we'll be moving on. Oh, actually, I need a vote on that. I'll do a roll call. Trustee Payton. Trustee Hill.
Yes.
Trustee Johnson. Yes. Trustee Schaller Barber.
Yes.
And I vote yes. So the consent calendar passes. Next, we'll move on to reports and recommendations from the superintendent.
Good evening, school board members, community members, senior leadership team members, and all our guests who are here today. I'm just going to quickly run over some of the events that we held over the past few weeks. I want to thank our elementary school teachers, principals, support staff members, parents for the amazing open house event that we had recently. Again, we had a secondary and an elementary open house, and it gives our parents a chance to come into the school, speak to parents, find out what's going on. And it's something that we try to do at the beginning of the school year, so there are no misunderstandings regarding expectations of what students are receiving when they come to school each day. And I want to thank everybody who took part in our elementary school open house events. Also, this week we had 2 teacher input sessions. This is something that we do multiple times a year. I want to thank probably the biggest turnout we've had since I've been here. I see a lot of folks who had the teacher input sessions on Tuesday are here today. I want to thank you. And the goal for the teacher input sessions, we want to give teachers and staff. We had one for teachers. We'll have one for community. We'll have multiple ones for community support staff. Give you a chance to provide feedback, pose questions, and we try to respond to those questions honestly. Again, that's something that we will do every year. We started it when I first started, and that will continue again. If you look at the pictures, biggest crowd we've had so far since I've been here, and again, biggest crowd. Also, I want to thank the schools who took part in the First Day School Fund. That's an event that we have during the course of the school year, where the First Day School Shoe Fund gives out shoes to our students, every student in the building for the most part. I went to the one at Spring Valley. I think it was another one at Millwood. Am I correct? I want to thank the teachers, principals, students. If you look on the screen, you see Dr. Dyson, our assistant superintendent for secondary schools, and Miss Linda Marr helping out. But again, teachers, principals, students take part in that. And I do want to thank that organization. They have been supporting us for years and years and years. A lot of the students need the shoes. So thank you so much to that group. Millwood had a family fitness day. Just by the pictures, you could tell it was a lot of fun. It gave our parents and other stakeholders a chance to exercise, participate in different physical events with their kids. Again, everybody had a great time. I want to thank the principal and all other staff members who we're going to talk about our attendance. We talk about it often. Our official attendance rates came out last Thursday. Once again, as I've said many times, we officially improved our attendance. The whole state improved last year. The state improved by 1.6%. Kalamazoo improved by 4.4%. Again, we continue to outpace the state in all areas. I want to thank our students, everybody involved with that. We're going to have a knock and talk event every month, and how that works on Saturdays is all people who just want to volunteer. I know I will be leading this on Saturdays from the hour of 9 to 5 on identified dates. We'll be going out in the community, knocking on doors of students who are having some challenges with coming to school every day. We knock on doors, we talk to parents, and we let our parents know we really need your students in school. So we're going to do one in October, November, December, January, February, March, some of the critical months when attendance starts to drop. So again, we will give you more information as we get close to those dates, and you have to be a staff member in Kalamazoo to participate. We did it in previous years; they have always gone well. Also, as you know, we have multiple community meetings throughout the year. We're going to have our first district climate and security meeting in October. I think we had 4 last year, and during our climate and security meetings, we talk about our security strategies and technology that we have in buildings. We'll talk about how we use our cameras, our weapon detectors. We'll talk about how we have our different drills. We had a drill today. And more importantly, we talk about expectations for student behavior. I know for myself, I've met with at least 20 plus parents so far related to discipline. Every day I'm basically in the school. I know I had a conference today, and during that conference, I had to explain to the parent expectations regarding behavior. So we encourage our parents to come to our community meetings, especially the ones that apply to the issues that they may be experiencing. Also, everyone knows that we had a JV football incident last Thursday. I want to just quickly talk about that and give some facts. There are a lot of misinformation out there. There's a video out that has been seen by more than 6 million people across the whole world, as a matter of fact. And like as Miss Trustee Hill said, we've received at least 80 plus emails. So I want to just give some facts. I want to first wish the student from the other school who was involved a speedy recovery. The student was seriously injured, and we want to make sure that student recovers. So the incident happened on Thursday. It was a JV game. On Friday, the very next day, there was a varsity game. Myself, the principal, of course, the coaches, we attended the varsity game. I had a chance to meet with that superintendent the very next day. I had a chance to apologize to the superintendent for the situation. Also had a chance to verbally offer that superintendent, the parent, and the family whatever support that they need. The students from both teams, both varsity football teams, they had a moment of silence on that Friday, again, to just recognize the situation and also just make sure that the student who was injured understood that everybody was thinking about him. And again, I can't give names, and just making sure that he had a speedy recovery. I do want to just personally say that the superintendent from the other district was very supportive, extremely supportive from day one. We've been in communication. Also want to be very clear, we had one of the strongest, and again, if you doubt what I'm saying, I don't mind you sharing this at the podium today. We had one of the strongest discipline policies and most consistent discipline policies and practices in the state. So the very next day, we began with the discipline process for the young man involved. So again, the student was appropriately disciplined. I know it's a lot of rumors going out, but discipline was involved for the student. Um, and I can't get into details and I can't tell you what happened, but this is an ongoing process. Again, we want to make sure that we have a statement online, the other school has a statement online, and what happened does not reflect the belief system of the district. We believe in sportsmanship. We believe in treating others with respect. We believe in safety and security. So again, I want to be very clear that we followed the procedures in this situation. Again, I didn't want to not bring that up because I know folks are thinking about that, but all procedures were followed in that situation. And again, we wish that student and his family a speedy recovery. Thank you.
Is there any discussion from the board? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on. And before we do that, I'm just going to read our policy on public comment. It's 1.2. While balancing legitimate privacy interests of students and staff, the Board of Trustees welcomes community input at public meetings of the Board of Trustees. Specifics. 1. Persons requesting to address the board will be asked to complete a sign-in sheet by the end of the public comment period. The portion of that sign-in sheet requiring completion will include name, school district. I'm sorry, did you? Okay. Name, school district in which the person resides, the connection of interest in Kalamazoo Public Schools. The optional portion will be held private and will include mailing address, email address, phone number, topic about which they will be speaking of, and if authorized and applicable, the organization they represent. Number 2, the presiding board officer will invite persons to come to the podium in the order in which the sign-in sheets were completed. Number 3, if after 30 minutes, everyone who has completed a sign-in sheet has not had the opportunity to address the board, the public comment period will be tabled and resumed before adjournment. Number 4, speakers have 3 minutes each and must stop speaking promptly when signaled. Number 5, speakers may not address confidential student or personnel matters, but may submit such concerns to the board in writing. Number 6, the speakers are encouraged to provide the board with a written copy of their comments and other appropriate supporting documentation, which will be copied and distributed as needed to appropriate staff/personnel. And number 7, the public is required to exercise common courtesy during the meeting and must follow rule of order. The presiding board officer may terminate public comment that are profane, vulgar, or defamatory, especially if these comments result in a disturbance or breach of peace. Personal attacks against an employee or board member that are totally unrelated to his or her duties are prohibited. If a person engages in disruptive conduct or is out of order, the board presiding officer will strike his or her gavel and warn the person to discontinue their behavior. Further disruptions will result in the person being asked to leave. Refusal to leave will result in being escorted out of the building. And with that, we will begin our public comment. Our first person is Aaron McHurd. I'm sorry? Okay, thank you. Next is Maddie Jordan Woods.
Good evening. Thank you for allowing me to speak tonight. I was not aware that if it was a particular issue that you were not able to speak, so I will be very general. What I I think and I think other people in the audience thought they heard that if it was concerning a student, you could not come up to the podium to speak.
No, just that you just can't use names or.
Okay, so I'm glad I came up because I think that there was people here who wanted to speak. So I will not say a name. My name is Maddie Jordan Woods. Again, I graduated from Kalamazoo Central in 1974. Teachers did a great job. I could give to my community. And what I would like to say is that I personally know a student that was involved in an incident, and I understand that you all have a procedure to follow, but I hope that in that procedure, it does not interfere with a person's education. We are at a time in this country that those who are not educated, they will fall under. And we understand the discipline process and everything else, but I hope that no one is denied an education, and saying they can do it online. Everyone isn't good online. So thank you again for giving me the opportunity. And I hope as you go through your process to address the issues that happened with the JV game, that you remember that we're talking about a student who's going to turn into an adult, who is going to turn into a person that'll give back to this community. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next is Maureen Mead.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Maureen Mead. I'm a ninth grade English teacher at Kalamazoo Central. This is a second career for me, despite the fact that everyone I knew who were teachers had complained about increased healthcare costs and low wages. I moved to Madison, Wisconsin because I realized I could make more subbing 4 days a week than I could as a first-year teacher. When I got a contracted position, they brought me in at step 2.5 because they valued and counted every single day that I had been in a classroom as a teacher. For the first 9 years that I worked there, I paid $0 in health insurance. Then I paid $120 a month for full health coverage for my family. Not high deductible or HSA, but like 10 or 20 copay and prescriptions. Every year we got at least a 1.25% pay increase because it was already built into the steps. We got our COLA raises when negotiations were over and before this school year, the first school year paycheck hit. One year, the principals took a 10% hit in their own healthcare costs, so teachers didn't have to. And I never started the year without a contract, ever. Long story short, when I moved back and was hired at KPS, I was gutted to learn that the 8 summers of teaching that I had were not factored into the salary schedule, and neither were my postgraduate credits. The biggest rub, though, after I accepted the offer, was that I was going to pay over $400 a month for the most affordable, high-deductible HSA plan. As it turns out, the only real difference in the cost of living between Madison and Kalamazoo is housing. I bought a house with an interest rate of over 7% because everyone said rates will go down, and they haven't. My taxes went up more than $1,000 this year, so my mortgage increased by almost $400 a month to make up for next year's shortfall. My mortgage is $2,000 a month. I bring home less than $4,000. So for the first time ever, I'm experiencing what my Michigan teacher friends have talked about for the last 30 years. I'm a really good teacher. I'm really effective. I'm incredibly creative, flexible, and willing to bend over backwards to get kids to pick up what I'm putting down and thrive in this environment. But I'm not a hero. This isn't a calling. It's a career, a professional career that I still owe $79,000 in student loans for, and I did not receive a cost of living raise. I go to work every day, valued. I do not feel respected as a professional. I do not feel financially compensated for the years that I've put in and the work I put in daily. What you all really need to take in is that I am new here. This is my 3rd year in the district, and this heartbreak ends up in my classroom in front of our kids. Thank you.
Thank you. Shara Hawkins.
Hi, my name is Shara Hawkins. I am an advocate with a program called Bent Not Broken, and what we do is advocate for youth in the community. And so we just want to show up on behalf of the parent of player number 73 at KC and just ask for the board as well as the community just to keep in mind that these are 15-year-old kids. And a lot of us have made what a lot maybe be considered as a poor choice within our life, but we don't want to have to, even in our personal life, deal with that for the rest of our lives. So we're asking that even with there being a poor choice and different things happening, we are deeply sorry for the other player's family. Our hearts go out to them. Our prayers go out to them. We are not saying that there was not a poor choice made. We're just asking that the other youth also have an opportunity to learn, to grow, to receive some kind of restorative justice within that process, to have him also not have to experience all of the racist comments, all of the everything that has been coming out of this. This incident has unfortunately caused a divide within the community, and everybody is entitled to their opinion and how everything is looked at. But we're just asking to just keep in mind that this is still a child, and to also look at some restorative issues. Taking him out of school impacts his education, which impacts his future.
Thank you. Melrose Hensley, sorry.
Afternoon. Before y'all, first I want to send out apologies to the Mims family, to Colin Mims for his injury. If I would have seen that play, I would have went out on the field myself and got my child, took him out. I didn't see it. There was no flags thrown. I didn't know what was going on. Since this incident has happened, I've seen my son in a state that I've never seen a child in my life, and I have 6 children. I have not been in a state that I'm in right now. I had to go and even get myself some help. They got me on some anxiety medicine because I looked at the video one time. I can't even fathom to look at it again. My son, I'm a single parent. There's a lot of things that's been said from adults towards my child. God knows if the shoe was on the other foot, I would be hurt. But ain't no way in there, no way I'm gonna threaten any one of y'all child. Mr. McCain, you know I ain't gonna threaten nobody child. But when I tell y'all that me and my son is not doing good, we're not. I heard you mention a statement while I was sitting back in the corner. Thank you for reaching out to Lakeshore family. Thank you for reaching out to Cole and Mims. But you have not reached out to me and my child. Whether wrong or right, Dr. Slade, all respect, man, you could have gave me a phone call. This is your district. Hank talked to me. Ms. Bolden talked to me. The coaches talked to me. I'm not upset, Dr. Slade, don't get me wrong. But I'm hurt in both ways. And always, you don't understand me seeing a child getting hurt, whether it's my child doing it or not. That ain't how I raise my children. I got children out here right now. Hey, excuse me, Dr. Slade. I've had my baby since he was 4 days old. Just been me and my baby. He don't know his mom. People saying that my son don't have his father, and it's like, I'm there every step of the way. I got out of everything. I'm a second year college student trying to show my son.
Excuse me, sir. I know, but you're at your 3-minute limit, so we have to cut you off there. Thank you.
Dr. Slade, please. I accept the punishment. My son is wrong. We sent out letters, everything. Please, don't take my son's education from him.
Okay, excuse me. I need to call the meeting back to order. Thank you. Helga?
Here we go. Can you hear me? Good evening, and thank you for allowing me to speak. I come to you as a KC step parent, a former alum, a minority, also an educator, and a person of this community. I would have given the father of the student my 3 minutes if it would have been necessary. But since it was not given to him and that was not an option, I'm gonna very respectfully, sir, try to communicate a little bit of the same. As an educator, and you have it written right behind you, it says every child, every opportunity, every time. And I'm sorry, but he is a 15-year-old.
Excuse me. Just
it's okay.
I know there's a lot of charge, but we really need to keep applause down at this point.
It's okay if they do, because I'm sure you can hear me when I say that a 15-year-old, like we all did, make mistakes. But as an educator, there is no way that I could ever look at a child taking his opportunity, being a child one time because of a mistake that he made. And I'm sorry, I don't think that's fair. I do believe that he acknowledges what he did was wrong, as do we. But I think the punishment cannot be extended to taking away the opportunity for him to go to school. I also know the coaching staff, and I am very dear and close to them, including my husband, who is part of it. And yes, the messaging has been extreme and unnecessary. So just like we reach out to other schools, I think it's only fair that we reach out to our community and let them know that they do have our support. A lot of the coaches want to speak and they want to make a statement, but they've been very respectful of the process. And they have been told to not say anything until the final decision is made. I think that also needs to be put out there by the people that do have the ability and the voice to say it while the process is ongoing. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. James Ray Jr.
Hello, my name is James Ray Jr. I'm a community activist. I work with Ben Not Broken also. I just want to say first, sorry to the young man that did get hurt, but here for number 73. I just want his education to go on. You know, football is a small part of his life. The education is a big part. Got so many kids that we're chasing around right now trying to get in school that's not in school, and this will be another one. And I've been in contact with him and his dad, and they just been hurt. Like he said, all these grown folks talking about hurting them. He can't even open his phone. Like, it's bad. At the end of the day, I just want him to get back in school. You know, he got new people working with him. Like, he got new mentors. Feel he'll be better. He just need a chance.
Thank you. Lakaria Washington.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lakaria Washington, and I'm also with Been Not Broken. I'm a youth policy specialist, sorry. And I am also here on behalf of the incident with the player for Kalamazoo Central JV football team. And I want to first start off by saying that I do not condone the actions that took place on the field. The action that resulted in another student being seriously injured should always be taken seriously. And accountability here is important. However, I am here to call to support within our community and school district for this young man. Dr. Slade, you addressed the discipline given to this child, but what about the support? I believe this is an opportunity. You address the discipline given to this child, but what about the support? What about the steps to guide him to make sure what you say KPS values, he values? I believe this is an opportunity for the school and our community to build what accountability, what compassion looks like. We can provide the support. As a community and as an educational institution, it's not just about academics. It's about teaching our young people how to make better choices and how to overcome mistakes. We have made mistakes at 15. None of us were perfect, and we're not perfect now. But we were given chances to learn and to do better, and this young man deserves that chance as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Dontre Hemfix? I'm sorry, what? Hemfix Jr.
Good evening. My name is Dontre Hempfield Jr. I'm a youth lead with Been Not Broken. And I just want to say I've been to some of the same struggles this young man on the KCJV football team. I know what he's going through. I had a kind of not similar incident, but an incident that would have potentially got me expelled. First, I just want to say I'm sorry to the player in Lakeshore, prayers to his family. But expelling him, that just takes his education away. You can't have nothing without education in this world. You can't even work at McDonald's no more. He's been through a lot already, and just pushing him away is just making it worse. There's other ways to hold him accountable. You can suspend him. You can take him away from the team, sportsmanship training, or just have a meeting with him. I feel like it will help him learn and grow. And I don't think he really meant to hurt the guy. It's a lot going on in the world, and this just isn't making it better. And I just think we should guide him and not push him away. Thank you.
Thank you. Genesis Griffin.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Genesis Griffin. I am a community advocate, a KPS alumni. I currently serve at Kalamazoo Youth Development Network as a youth leadership coordinator, and I'm just here to advocate today. I want to start off with a quote. So, resiliency is an individual and community's ability to identify and use individual and collective strengths in living fully with compassion in the present moment and to thrive while managing the activities of daily living. Something important that I want to pull from that quote is that it's the individuals and the communities you lifted up today, Dr. Slade, to follow the points that Lakaria made. Youth this youth was not strong, or they weren't or excuse me, you had strong consistent discipline. They were appropriately disciplined because they weren't treating others with respect. There was a lack of safety and security, and they were unsportsmanlike. Again, to follow that point, what are we doing? What rehabilitative methods do we have in store at KPS to ensure that we're not just retaliating against the youth? Because essentially retaliation without rehabilitation is a reoccurrence waiting to happen. And so I just really want to know, why is it that my time at KPS, I kicked a teacher in the face? That teacher let me take some time and I was able to apologize. I didn't even get suspended in this incident. Why is it there's that lack of that amount of compassion for me? Is it because I'm 5'6" and 125 and not big, black, and 6'8"? So I just want to implore you all to instill some of these compassion strategies into KPS, because like everyone else has been lifting up, if we do not give this youth the opportunity to continue their education and further, we're just creating another adult who is not going to be able to have the ability to get out of Kalamazoo. And then what are they going to do? Raise children that you don't want to deal with either here? Okay. So I just implore you all to think a little deeply and more critically about the youth that we're serving, and lean into compassion and ask what's right with you, as opposed to what happened to you or what's wrong with you.
Thank you. Dayon Brodingham.
Good evening. Good evening, members of the board. My name is Dayon Brodigam, and I've been proud to teach here in Kalamazoo Public Schools for the past 13 years. I'm here tonight because I've enjoyed teaching in this community. I've enjoyed inspiring my students and working here, but I'm deeply concerned with the direction that we are headed when it comes to supporting teachers. Like many of my colleagues, I struggle to keep up with the rising costs of living. Housing, groceries, gas have all gone up significantly in the last few years. Meanwhile, the raises we receive barely cover these increases. For me and my three children, not just to live, but to thrive. I support local businesses, I pay local taxes, I contribute to the community in countless ways. But as costs climb and our pay fails to keep pace, it feels harder and harder to make ends meet. What adds to the frustration is that many of us have been asked to do more with less. It sends a painful message that those closest to the classroom, those who are building relationships with students and carrying the day-to-day weight of teaching, are not valued at the same level as others. Class size is another issue that directly impacts my students. I teach third grade English. I have 29 students, that's the cap. But I also teach the other 2 third grade classes, reading and language arts. So I have a total of 86 students that I'm supposed to do a new program with, and I'm supposed to teach another program with, and I have to make time for small groups. Where's the time? Every additional student in my classroom means less one-on-one support, and we know kids learn better in small groups. Less time to address individual needs, and kids come to school with so many needs. And more strain in our already limited resources. When positions remain vacant or cuts are made, the ripple effect is immediate. Workloads increase, collaboration suffers, can't talk to our colleagues across the district about what they're doing in their classrooms, and most importantly, student learning takes a hit. The climate of our schools becomes more stressful for everyone. You probably feel it because we packed this room out. I chose this career because I believe in the power of education and the promise of the Kalamazoo Promise. I moved here from Detroit because when I was student teaching, I heard about the Kalamazoo Promise at a student teaching fair. For that reason, and for that promise to mean something, we need to invest in the people who make it possible, the teachers. We got our boots on the ground, okay? I'm asking you to show through your actions that you truly value our work, value our students and our community by offering fair, competitive compensation and addressing the conditions that are making it harder for our jobs to be done well. Thank you for your time and for listening.
Thank you. Molly Herndon.
Hello, my name is Molly Herndon. I'm 31 years old, and this is my 9th year of teaching, and I've spent all of those years with KPS. I spoke out at one of the SWAT meetings in May of 2024 regarding the difficulties of 7 individual assessments with up to 26 kindergartners within the first month of school, and then 2 more times throughout the year. Dr. Slade, you were appalled by me saying that I don't have time to teach any new content and complete all of those assessments needed during those periods. And because of that, teaching goes on the back burner. I'm still waiting for a solution to this problem. My students do love visitors though, so if anyone sitting in front of me would like to join and assist, you're always welcome. Next, I recently graduated with my master's degree, and while I wish that I could say I went for my master's for the sole purpose of wanting to better myself, the biggest reason was because of the pay increase I knew I would receive. Don't take that as me being greedy or not caring about my own education while I educate my students. Please take it as what it is: a teacher established in her career and still not being able to afford life. I have worked over the summer and have had countless second jobs over the last several years, working as a server every weekend, meaning a 7-day work week during the school year. Working as a daycare, which meant rushing out of school at the end of the day to get to my second job after my career. Doing these things in an attempt to not live paycheck to paycheck, only to become burnt out and then in turn feel like a terrible teacher. I've wanted to be a teacher since I was in 1st grade. My mom was a teacher and I have many amazing teachers in my family. While my younger self vowed to never teach kindergarten, here I am in my 9th year of teaching just that. And I have adored and loved every single student. When those students tell me that they want to grow up to be just like me, Miss Herndon, what an honor it is to hear that from tiny, sweet, and incredibly honest children. And to think that I was once one of them looking up to my teachers, dreaming of being them. While my younger self would be so indescribably proud of all I've accomplished, she would be so devastated and confused as to why people like those sitting in front of me don't see how deserving teachers are. So please remember that when you are denying your educators a fair and livable wage, you're also denying the small and hopeful children in all of us who dreamed of becoming educators. It's almost embarrassing to be up here basically begging for a raise in front of my friends, coworkers, parents of students I've taught. But in reality, everyone sitting in front of me are the ones who should be embarrassed. All of these eyes on you as you continually fail to do the right thing. Thank you.
Laura Rulis. Laura Rulis. Laura Rulis? Yes.
Hello, I'm Laura Rellis, and I am a teacher for 27 years, 24 of which have been for KPS. I live in the KPS school district. My 4 sons have all attended KPS, with the youngest still at Loy Norks. I've always advocated for KPS as an excellent place for all students. Our district's strategic plan states offer excellent compensation and benefits package, yet refuses to match compensation of neighboring districts. The plan also states effectively recruit and retain highly qualified workforce. And the summer after we had our lowest loss of educators due to Dr. Slade's efforts to improve climate and culture in our schools, our district refuses to give teachers a competitive salary. For example, teachers at Portage in their 28th year of teaching, like me, make close to $2,600 more than me this year. I am an educator who has consistently been rated highly effective, who always goes above and beyond. I'm a dedicated member of our community who is begging for the board to advocate for us and for Dr. Slade to start attending our bargaining sessions, starting with the next one to ensure excellent compensation is being honored without making us give up more than we already have given up, such as plan time, increasing our workload, more students, teaching classes that we've never had to teach before. We need it to retain us teachers who are working every day to do our very best to educate all students in our classes and to show that we are valued rather than disposable. Thank you.
Thank you. Curtis Whitfield. Curtis Whitfield.
My name is Curtis Whitfield. I'm a varsity football player at Kalamazoo Central High School. I want to share 3 points with you tonight. Point 1, the student who was hurt and the student who made the mistake. We have deep sympathy for the student who was injured and for his family. This is not a speech against him because we stand with him too. But what people don't see is what happened behind the scenes. Before the varsity game, we asked Coach Stanger if we could pray together, and the other team even brought a pastor. Both teams stood together at midfield, and we prayed for both of the students. That's not the video that's going viral though. Instead, hatred is being spread by showing one moment of injury, but love could be spreaded by showing the video of both teams uniting in prayer. That moment mattered too. And that's why I'm speaking, not to minimize the pain of the student who was hurt, but to make sure we don't ignore the other young man who was also hurting. Point 2, false narratives about our program. Kalamazoo Central is not the program it's being painted out to be. We are not animals. In one moment, one mistake does not define who this student is, and it does not define who we are as a school or as a football program. You can't erase our history by distorting one moment in time. Kalamazoo Central still produces great athletes, stellar scholars, and the future leaders of this world. Point 3, ending racism and a call to allies. This incident has made national news, so it's fair to say the world has read many of these racist comments. People calling us animals, people sending death threats, people saying our school is full of thugs and using other derogatory terms such as fat, black, and the N-word. And I have to ask, why? Why would you talk about kids like that? Do you feel the need to tear us down because we are black? One mistake should not erase a young person's humanity. If you say you are an ally, then prove it. Don't just send messages saying that's not right. Use your voice. Stand up for us. If you believe this racism is wrong, what are you doing about it? Are you calling the news stations? Are you responding to the hate online? Are you reaching out to say you stand with Kalamazoo Central? Your silence is not enough. Your silence may show empathy, but it does not bring change. I am proud to be a student at Kalamazoo Central. I am proud of my coaches, my teammates, KC staff, principal, and the progress we've made. I ask you tonight to see us for who we really are, not for the false narrative others are trying to write. And I ask you to stand with us, not in silence, but in action. Thank you.
Thank you. Ellie Shanker. Ellie Shanker.
Hello, I'm the parent of a third grader at Millwood Elementary, one of 28 students in his class. We're lucky, there could be one more. We have been so grateful to have had wonderful teachers these past 4 years who have managed to navigate extremely limited resources and ludicrous class sizes. I appreciate my child's teachers, but my appreciation only goes so far. Because what I want for Kalamazoo's teachers goes beyond a mug and a thank you card. I want a competitive living wage and benefits that reflect their dedication, experience, and qualifications. I want working conditions that keep teachers safe and sane, while also ensuring they have the time and resources to devote the necessary attention and care to every child. I want classrooms and schools stocked with wonderful materials and resources, and I never want to ever have to hear a school beg families for tissues and paper towels again. But look, I get that I'm not going to get all of that by standing up here. This, we know, is part of a struggle that doesn't just rest here. It's the contract negotiation that's just one piece in a larger fight to invest in our society's children in a very serious way. But it's wrong to say that your hands are tied by the funding. Because while we were not dealt the cards we'd wish for, KPS is still making choices about where to allocate the funding that we do have. You can walk away from the bargaining table and run the numbers, but I hope you're also analyzing some of the less obvious costs of not properly investing in our teachers. High turnover is expensive, and beyond the financial costs of separation, recruitment, hiring, and training, teacher turnover has been shown to have academic costs. It affects student outcomes in the entire school, not just the students in the new teacher's classroom. In fact, the research is clear. The wages, benefits, and working conditions of teachers impact student achievement in a multitude of ways. And I'm sure it won't surprise any of you here that these effects are felt most strongly in school districts with higher percentages of students experiencing poverty and higher percentages of students of color. Deciding not to do all we can to invest in our teachers is a choice to disinvest in our students, and some of them are affected more than others by those decisions. Looking at the existing KEA contract in comparison to some others in the region, I can see why many teachers and many potential teachers might be drawn to work in other districts. 73.1 cents for every dollar that a college graduate in other professional fields earned. Why even stay in this field? My family believes that KPS is an amazing district, and we want to see it develop into one that is proactively chosen by families because of what it offers. To do that, one vital step is for KPS to choose to invest in the KEA contract so it'll be seen as a competitive, desirable option for qualified educators in our region. Thank you.
H. Reid. H. Reid. Oh, it's Heather. Sorry.
Hi, my name is Heather Reid, and I'm the KEA President. I am a proud Kalamazoo Public Schools graduate. I interned at Millwood Middle School, and I've taught in Kalamazoo for over 30 years. A true Kalamazoo kid. I think there's a lot of us in the district, actually, so I'm not one of a kind. Look at the people behind you. This might be annoying, it might be irritating, it's a long night, but these are your teachers, and they care, and that's a good problem. That's a really good problem to have. Yep, we're still at the table, and they're here to show you that they want a contract. We want to get back to the business of teaching and focusing on teaching and learning, because that's what we're here to do. We're trained to do it. We do it well. We get lots of PD. Thank you. And we want to work, and we want to work hard, and we want to take part in the wonderful advances that KPS is making. We've made some advances. Dr. Slade, you've shared those with us. We're part of that. We want to be compensated as such. We want to be rewarded for the advances the district is making. We're part of that story. We are headed down a really good path with this district right now, as far as academics, attendance, graduation rates, and we need to compensate our teachers so that they are part of the investment. We've done an amazing job in this community investing in our children with the Kalamazoo Promise. Thank you, Kalamazoo Promise. We've done an amazing job investing in our administrators. Thank you. We need to also have a competitive wage so that our teachers aren't looking elsewhere, that they want to stay here and use everything they've learned to continue teaching our students. Thank you.
Thank you. We have been over 30 minutes, and I just want to check in with the board. We have 3 more to go. Do we want to just continue? Okay, we're just going to finish this up then. Alianda Rodriguez.
Alejandro Rodriguez. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak. I'd like to start off by just sending my thoughts and prayers to both families, the family of the Lakeshore High School student and also the family of the Kalamazoo Central student. I'd like to just share my definition of justice. If I were to start to share the mistakes that I've made, especially during the age of the two students, would be here forever. But I have experienced the power of love and forgiveness. And the power of love and forgiveness have brought me to where I am today. And I've seen so many wonderful things when you mix those two things together. I think it would be beautiful to be able to discuss what it would look like to bring both families together so that they may experience the power of love and forgiveness. What happened on September 18th was a mistake, was an accident, but I don't think that it should dictate the many years of either of students. Um, when I've seen justice, it is never one party being healed while the other party is being harmed. Justice has to be looked at through a lens of love and forgiveness. And when you combine these two, healing can take place. The young man that spoke before me mentioned the video going viral. Another thing that can go viral is both students coming together and experiencing love and forgiveness. I think it's a beautiful thing to know that this many people in our community care about the people that we have in this room here tonight. And I would just like to mention that if we continue to provide opportunities for individuals to come together and experience love and forgiveness, I think that we would be a community that would thrive. And so I just want to thank you guys for giving me a few minutes to speak. And I ask that you will continue to consider allowing love and forgiveness to be what keeps our school system in place, keeps our communities in place, and individuals like myself who have experienced it. I know that their lives can be changed as well for the better. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Jonathan Yarbrough.
Good evening, board. My name is Jonathan Yarbrough. I am a KPS alum, a leader in this community. I love Kalamazoo. I love KPS. I'm here to just speak on behalf of this young man, JV football player. I don't know the young man. I don't know his parents, but just seeing some of the things that's been online has been very distasteful. It leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Seeing so many things. It has exceeded to the New York Times. 6 million viewers, as you said, commenting, saying racial slurs on this young man. It's tough to see. Like I said, I'm a leader in this community, and I'm seeing so many things said about this young man. It's hard to see it, and it's also hard to know that hearing. And I was going to ask this question that this young man and the family hasn't been heard from the board or the superintendent. That doesn't feel good either. My heart goes out to the young man over in Lakeshore. I understand that he's hurt, and I'm wishing him a speedy recovery. But I need you guys to take care of home first. Every child, every opportunity, and every time is what your mission statement is back there. So please don't take away the young man opportunity. I need you to take care of home first. This young man is a child. He's 15. He's just as much as your child as he is his own family. So I need you to take care of home. And then I'm going to leave you with this. Do not let the media pressure you to making a decision that's going to negatively impact this young man for future to come. That's all I got to say.
Thank you. Kizzy Bradford.
Hello, my name is Kizzy Bradford. I gave this district 20 years of my life, my dedication. I loved working for this district, but this is the first time in those 20 years that I'm to say that I had any association with this district. I don't say too much on Facebook because of my position now in the community. But after reading some of the comments, I didn't care. And because of that, now I'm being harassed, but I don't care when it comes to my babies. Yes, they are still my babies. Some of them have spoken tonight. I've seen them grow from the little blue bus picking them up until now they are adults being leaders in this community. That young man, I'm sorry for what happened. No, I don't condone what the young man did. I don't condone it because he was excited. He was excited and he did what a lot of them do. But he has a community. They're supporting him. I didn't think racism was as strong as it was. But the words and the things they are saying about our child, they are adult bullies. Cyberbullying our baby, my baby. But I will tell them this, he has a community and we will stand with him. This is not the Jim Crow era and this is not the backwoods of Mississippi. And we will stand with him. If I have to reach beyond Kalamazoo, we will stand with him because they're going to say, if it was the other way around, Al Sharpton will be here and we will be burning down our city. No, it was some things I wanted to say, but because of my position in this community, I couldn't. And because the God that I serve, I couldn't. But every day that we get up, God gives us brand new mercies. So give this baby mercy, because I know you didn't live a perfect life and you wouldn't be where you are if God didn't give you mercy, if he didn't give you grace. Give this baby his education. I've told my babies, they can take your basketball, they can take your football, but they can never take your education. When you get them degrees, that diploma, they can never take your education. Do not take this baby's education. They're hanging our kids. Don't take this baby's education. He has his community and they're showing it. The things they have called our baby, they're supporting him. Where's his village? We are his village. Be that baby's village.
Okay, thank you. That's the end of comments. We'll move on to other business. In other business, we had professional development requests for Takesha Johnson and Yvonne Payton. And now we'll move on to comments by trustees. Comments? Trustee Shirley Barber.
As I usually do, and I am a strong believer in athletics. I've always been. And my athletic report for this evening is from Athletic Director LeBeau from Loy Norix. Women's swim and dive are 6-0 and have won 56 straight meets, most recently defeating Coldwater. Winning 56 straight meets is an amazing thing. It's a feather in their cap for sure. The Knights are ranked number 12th in Division I rankings and will host the annual Loy Norix Invitational on Saturday. Another comment I would like to make, I'd like to thank the community for supporting our KPS as far as funding us. And we attended a phenomenal conference in LA and we presented an amazing presentation and really bode well for the idea that the board has a role in supporting the superintendent in achieving more or in helping student achievement through increased absences. It takes a team, it takes a village to do that. And that was highly professed at this presentation at the conference. The other thing I would like to say is that CIS is really struggling in these times as far as playing the long game in funding. So anybody who can and is willing to support CIS in any monetary way, or as well as helping in any way they can, it would really, really appreciate a huge and vital supporter of KPS. A shout out to First Day Shoe Fund that it started from a super sub with 15 to 20 pairs in the back in her trunk, and it moved out to be the phenomenal situation that it is. And I would like to comment on that. When Michigan High School Athletic Association supports with Kalamazoo Central's JV, that is a bode for going in the right direction. And personally, anybody that has brought any racism into any part of this incident is despicable and has no room anywhere in my purview or in my my heart at all. So I really, if you're taking this incident and moving it into areas or worlds that it does not belong in, this was a student. It happened at a football game. End of story.
My apologies. I missed somebody on the call. Aaron Gogum. Sorry, I had it here. I just missed it.
Hello. It's been hard. I've been sitting there for 30 minutes plus whatever, with my heart pounding because my story is personal. I'm a teacher. I lived abroad for 18 years. I moved back to KPS because I believed in the promise. I was a Western grad. So good evening, esteemed board members, Superintendent Slade. My name is Erin Gugam. I'd like to share a very personal story to illustrate the type of commitment KPS teachers demonstrate on a daily basis. I can do this. Last year, my sister was diagnosed with terminal glioblastoma. I spent 11 days with her in the hospital. Amazing. My sister passed away in April. 2 days after her passing, which was the day after my birthday, I was back at Woods Lake. Why, you may ask? Because my kids matter. And we worked so hard all year. And I had to be there for them to demonstrate their knowledge. And guess what? 8.9% increase in their M-STEP scores. And I'm sad that all the parents didn't get to hear this. So I'm sorry, I'm a little emotional. I am worth a competitive wage. My colleagues are worth a competitive wage. Thank you.
Any other comments from the board? I just wanted to take a minute to thank everybody for coming tonight and really appreciate all the passionate voices out there. I especially, to our teachers, we appreciate you, and it is absolutely your right to come to the mic and talk to us here in this forum, and we appreciate that. I also want to say to everyone who talked about the football, and especially, very proud of the students who came up and really talked about this. And I agree, our board agrees that, any kind of racism that plays in it doesn't belong here. There's a lot we can't talk about when it comes to discipline and what happens. But I just want to really let everybody know that we hear you and we understand. Trustee Johnson.
I have refrained from my natural comments, and I will do my best to refrain from my natural comments. But when we are talking about a 15-year-old and the mistakes that they make, I need adults to remember that it's a 15-year-old. And yes, you at 15 can make a mistake that ruins your life. Because a 15-year-old also recently was caught with a switch, right? With a full clip. So it's a lot at that age that teens are already dealing with. The worst part of this is with recognition comes a lot of outside noise. And there's been a lot of outside noise from people who know nothing about Kalamazoo, nothing about the families, the love, the village. There's been a lot of outside noise on woulda, coulda, shoulda dones. This is not your state. This ain't your district. You know nothing. It's a lot of words without research. A lot. It showed they face today. Because the truth of the matter is, it is every child, every opportunity, every time. And that's why rules exist, and we try our best to make sure that every child is has to uphold those. Yep, I have to watch the words that I say. My silence is not agreement, ever. My silence is me trying to stay out of jail. Okay? That is for everything. Understand me. My silence is very loud. So please stand for what you stand for in this room and outside of it. I'll leave it at that.
Any other comments? Dr. Slade?
Again, I want to thank everybody who came to the mic to advocate for their beliefs, regardless of what those are. I do want to say I meet with Ms. Reid on a regular basis. So I do want the teachers to know our goal is to bring this contract situation. We want to resolve that very soon. Again, I talked to her today. That is our goal, everyone in the district. And I'm also going to say, on a given day, 95% of our students do the right thing. Every day, 95% of our students do the wrong thing. And I want to be very clear. I don't back down from what I say. The 5% who do not do the right thing, they're going to be held accountable. I'll say the same thing I said to a parent today. As a matter of fact, somebody who was involved in that is out in the audience. But I said to a parent today, if your child assaults a teacher, injures another student, commits an egregious act, they will be held accountable every time. And I'm going to take action when it comes to me. So I'm not going to back down from my words. That's what I mean. Again, we want all of our children to feel supported, but what I've been saying from day one, that will continue. So thank you.
Okay, our next regular Board of Education meeting is Thursday, October 16th. And with that, I need a motion to adjourn. Motion by Trustee Johnson.
Second.
Second by Trustee Hill. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes.